Love Tribe. Hello. Thank you so much for joining, for clicking. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel, please. Today I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to train you actually through anger. Okay? Anger, how to manage it in a world full of confusion, or what I often want to refer to it as um, illusionary confusion, because usually confusion is created as an illusion of what's really going on, when the truth is it's not even really the problem. But anyway, how do we deal with anger? We live in a culture, in a world, in a society, no matter where you are at, in every place that I have been to, whether it's been in this country, in a different country, because I've traveled to other places of the world, I've experienced other cultures, and I could tell you anger is something that plagues every single person, no matter what background we're referring to. We like to think that anger is exclusive to our family or exclusive to our immediate circle, but the truth is anger is present in everyone's life for different reasons, there's something I like to say, or I like to use to explain certain topics related to negativity. I often say that the reasons that take you there might not be the same, but the feelings attached to it end up being the same for everybody. So that's why you can look at a person when you become knowledgeable enough in these psychological topics. You can look at a person and you can identify what's going on with them. Why? Because we are reflections of each other. That doesn't mean I look at a person and I could see what they're feeling based on what I'm feeling. That's not what that means. That means that you can look at a person and based on their expression and what you've experienced and how you've looked in those moments, you can now use that to help identify, what's going on with this person, you know? Um, so let's talk about anger. I wrote down some notes pertaining to anger. Let me put this on. I've received some comments in the DMs. People really like the glasses. I use them sometimes just to take the glare off or to not strain my eyes with the blue light or the lighting that is used for this podcast. Um, it's also very late in the night. Let's just say that it's past midnight right now. Okay, so I'm talking to you on VIP time. All right, so anger, causes of anger. Fear is a big cause of anger. Pain, whether it's physical or emotional, is another cause of anger. Um, and frustration, which has, direct connections to what we now refer to as oppression, that tends to bring up a lot of frustration. So fear is first on the list for me when it comes to causes for anger. What does that mean? And this goes even for parenting. Sometimes your parents have angry reactions and anger like responses to you, and you're thinking like, what the heck? I didn't even do anything wrong, or the situation I did, or whatever it is going on isn't even that bad. Why are they angry at me? Um, Parents or people in general are usually angry because they're afraid of something. They're afraid either of the situation being too much for them to handle, or something that they're dealing with is triggering a sense of fear in them, and so their immediate response is anger, because that's um that's a protective mechanism. It's a mental protection mechanism. It creates a barrier, an emotional barrier, so that it almost does not allow you to connect with anyone or anything around you, and you stay inside that wall of anger. You know, is it healthy? No, it's not healthy. But is that the cause? Yes. So when we know what could be causing someone's anger, and we know that fear is one of those things, then to we're more likely to be understanding. We're more likely to apply compassion in that situation. But even for yourself, analyze memories of when you've been angry, and uh, analyze the following: all of the moments that you've been angry at something, it's either been because you've you've been afraid of something and something's triggered a fear response in you. I can relate to that because as a parent, I have had moments where I have felt financial struggles at a certain place, and it's just me, myself, and I honestly have had encounters with this fear of I don't know if I can hold the boat up. I don't know if I can actually make this happen. I don't know if I can cover my back and everybody else that relies on me at the same time. And when you have that in your mind, it does make you afraid. It does bring out feelings of fear. It does trigger a fear response. It does make you build a wall up. And then when someone tries to get past that or question you, or I don't know, even like gatherings or friends that want to experience things with you, you're just like stupid with your responses and your reactions. You're careless and you're inconsiderate with how you treat others and you don't even notice it, and don't be hard on yourself for that. Don't be hard on yourself for that, especially not now that you're able to identify that these are the reasons why I was like that. I have found that the best way to deal with anger that results from fear, where you end up sometimes being unloving to those that you love, is to retract yourself. Go back to those people if you can. Um, Open the conversation and validate how you made them feel is very important. Validate the fact that you made them feel, you know, whatever negative way it was. You made them feel guilty for something, you made them feel bad for something, you talked too harshly to them for whatever reason, because anger also ends up causing a rift in your relationships. It causes distance in your relationships. And when you have that in your relationships, you end up having nothing. You lose your relationship, actually. You lose all of the nurturing, you lose the connection. And if those are very valuable people in your life, um, then retract yourself. Go back and have those conversations because they do alleviate you. They do bring levity into your heart. They do bring levity into your spirit when you can go back and say, hey, you know what? This situation happened. I responded this way because it wasn't that I was angry at you or it wasn't that you got me mad. Sometimes I've had to say this to my own kid. It wasn't even that you got me mad. I'm not disappointed in you. I actually feel afraid that I won't be able to handle, A, B, or C of what's coming up. And that's where I'm at. Sometimes when you share that with the people you love and you basically give them an insight to what's really in your mind, guess what? You're giving them the space and the opportunity to be compassionate with you, to understand you, and possibly even help you, be there to help you, be there to assist you, be the emotional support that you need. Sometimes all you need is the emotional support. A lot of people think that what they need in life is financial support, when the truth is sometimes all you need is the emotional strength, the emotional support, the person or persons holding your hand in that situation. Your loved ones just standing there sometimes can be enough. Um, but things happen in life and transpire in life sometimes that don't provide the space and the opportunity for that. That doesn't mean that you can't create the opportunity. Because if you are a person that is trying to become better, you're trying to change for the better, not for anyone else, for yourself. You want to have a lighter heart. You want to have a lighter spirit. Well, then do this, take the opportunity and invest the time to develop this as part of your character. Why? Why should I do that? The relationship is past or the connection that you're talking about is gone or the person lives far away. You're not doing this for other people. You're not doing this to bring levity to other people. You're doing this to bring levity and love to yourself, and because you don't want anger to fester as part of your character, because then every time you experience um, situations similar to that, you're going to have what? You're going to have the same angry response. And anger is only going to fester and it's only going to grow into physical form in your body and it's going to cause health problems. Okay? And yes, anger has been tied, according to some studies of neurology, anger has been tied with dementia and also with development of Alzheimer's, you know, because you're triggering neurological responses of the brain, which is anger, so much, you're allowing that to be expressed so much and to overtake your frontal lobe so much that your logic and reason is not able to actually help you find solutions to deal and to cope with problems. Anger is there, anger is present. So then the logic and reasoning part of your brain that actually helps you keep and maintain your memory banks as you get older, they start to suffer because anger is taking over, you know. So even if we, we don't want to, you don't want to be spiritual or energy new agey about anger. Scientifically, physically speaking, parts of the brain get negatively affected when anger is, a huge part of your character as a form of expression when when it's triggered and you allow it to take over. Again, you're able to control this. I know it seems far-fetched and difficult to um, visualize, but it's 100% true. You're able to control it. Well, how do I control anger? How do I, whatever? The moment that you're getting angry, that you see it coming out, because it even happens to me, is the time that you need to maybe exit that scenario, exit that situation, no matter what the situation is, exit that conversation, exit that moment. Don't allow yourself to respond with any words, because words are kind of like a domino, you know. Words are like a domino. You start by saying a nice word or two, but then before you know it, anger takes over and it's saying all of the other words for you. So exit from the situation. Like whatever you have to do to just create distance between you and that situation at that moment, do it. The other person might get mad. You're not responsible for other people, how they feel, how they react. You're responsible for your reactions. And if you want to start changing your character where it's not an angry person, then you need to start putting or implementing practices that start to cancel out negative responses. And listen, if it involves coming back to that conversation or that person and saying, "Look, I had to exit because of my anger. I just didn't want to explode at you and say something that I would regret and break your heart, hurt your feelings, disappoint you, embarrass myself, whatever it is." You know, authenticity, the reason why authenticity is becoming like the new flex, what people consider the new currency, uh, and it's becoming like the cool thing to have. I'm sorry, I thought I saw something in my house. Um, it's because it's because